Hello and welcome to Loving Me, Myself, and Life with me, Jody Misiak. Now, have you ever tried to be something you're not? I know I have, and it never ended well. Like, I've done it so many times. So, trying to be something you aren't. For example, a morning person, or trying to create a routine that someone else does. It might not work for you or your life. And I have honestly, tried so hard sometimes to fit in other people's molds. The thing is, we are all unique and wonderful in our own ways. Not one mold fits all. You got to do what works and feels good to you, your life, and the people that are most important to you. So it was actually funny because, if you've followed or if you've ever listened to or read any of Robin Sharma's books, he's the 5 a.m. club. And I spent years trying to be in that club. And every time I tried, I would feel less than good enough. Like I felt like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I wake up at 5 o'clock and follow this routine and do all this? Because it sounds like a great idea. Who wouldn't want to wake up and be there when the sun rises? Like I had a job that I had to be up at 6 o'clock. Well, I had to be there at 6 o'clock. And as I was driving, and it was more in the winter months when the sun would rise or whatever time of year it was when the sun would rise around just before 6 o'clock. It was beautiful. I would take it and be like, this is gorgeous. And I so long to be a morning person. I really do, or did. It's still a beautiful idea. However, I've tried and tried and tried. And even when I did have that job, it wasn't a good fit for me because I would work my butt off then. I'd have a nap in the afternoon and then I'd be up again all night long and I wouldn't get the sleep I need at night because I create and I have better content and flowing. My natural state is in the late afternoon or like mid-afternoon to like evening. And even when I was in school for fashion design, I was sewing at 4 o'clock in the morning. It was just when I felt most inspired. Also possibly because I had to get a project done at 4 o'clock in the morning. However, I really tried. And then I was actually talking to somebody recently too. And it's actually a thing. There is a difference between a morning person and an evening person. And a night owl. And I can't remember what the other bird is for the morning. So I apologize. I could have looked that up before. Anyways, however, so the morning person can actually become a night person. But a night person can't become a morning person. So I felt that was really, it's nice to hear these things as a person that was always trying so hard to be something different. Because I thought, hey, this is a good idea. Like, this person here, a mentor of mine, is telling me, get up in the morning and do these things. And I personally, it's not like I just want to do it because he told me to, but I thought, hey, this is a good thing. And I tried and I tried and I tried. And I just was fitting, I was trying to fit a triangle into a circle. Like it just was not going. And I share this with you because I want you to know that if you're trying to do something, maybe it's working out in the morning before you go to work or, whatever it is you're trying to fit in and it just doesn't feel good or it's not working, then change it up. Just because somebody tells you to do it a certain way doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work. Here's the thing. If you want to work out and the morning's not working in the afternoon or wherever you're trying to fit it in, doing it any time of the day that works for you is going to be better than doing it at not at all, right? So for me, I'm a night owl. So when the kids go to bed, my husband goes to bed, I take time for me. That's my me time. And it really works for me. I'm not going to be that person that wakes up before the kids and does, my morning routine. I tried that. And I also I remember when I was talking to my naturopath that I was going to before I moved, I was like, yeah, I got to try and get up before the kids. Like I want to do yoga and meditating. And she's like, remember, you also need sleep. So if you can't go to bed earlier to make up for that time in the morning that you want to get up earlier, just think about what you're sacrificing. I'm not going to tell you either way what works because, again, I'm not fitting you into a mold. And that's one of the biggest things, too, I've realized over self-care. And I mentioned that in another episode earlier on in June, is when I was talking about PMSing, is self-care is that we're all different and unique. And that same goes for doing any routines, trying to be a certain person. Like, you got to find your own groove. And I think the best way to find your own groove is to slow down, to take some pauses and, get to know yourself. What do you like to do? And it took me a long time to get here. And when I say here, I mean like in British Columbia. Our move across from Ontario to British Columbia in last September. And I had to stop living in other people's shoes, other people's thoughts, and their ideas of who I need to be. And it took some time to do that huge move. But when I did it and living it now in the moment, it feels so right. I'm like, why? Like, why did I ever fear this move? It feels so perfect, so right. So if you've been trying to fit yourself into a mold or into an idea of what you should be, try and play around with what else could be out there. And I'm not saying like using this as an excuse to do nothing and sit on the couch and do nothing all day and not have any dreams or any, excitingnesses. Like I'm trying to think any ambition or have like, the zest for life, right? But when you're doing the things that you want to do, you'll have more zest for life. So I'm not here to like give you a way out of not doing anything, but it's finding the things that that work for you. If that makes any sense. Hopefully it does. And it's just so important to do what feels good to you. So I've mentioned before, like I have this, different things with my weight and everything. And I've gone like from different diets. Like oh my goodness, I think I dieted, which is part of my problem. And to be honest, is like probably from like my mid-teens. I could have been even like 14. I'm not sure. Anyways, it's not pleasant and not pretty, but it has happened and now it's a learning experience and I'm moving forward through it. And, but the thing is, so I have these, there's so much information out there about what to eat, when you should eat it, all this stuff, right? So again, I had to listen to my intuition, listen to my body. And, last year, was it last year and the year before? Actually, maybe not last year because I threw in the towel for certain things, having both kids at home and stuff and packing. Anyways, I went through where I was just eating a plant-based diet. And it felt really good until my body said, there's certain vegetables it doesn't like it raw and things like that. So it felt really good. And then there's other ones. And so now what I've done is I've pulled different ideas of things and I made them my own. And that's what we need to do in our lives. It's like you can read information and take it. And then I love what Louise Hay in one of her books is like, read it, take what you want and leave the rest behind. I'm almost certain it was Louise Hay in one of her books. I'm not sure which one it was, but it was a beautiful thing. Read all the information you can on whatever you need help with or support with. Take it in. Read about, wellness and health and just self-love and self-care, whatever it is you want to talk about, whatever it is you want to learn or improve in your life or create more of in your life. Relationships, all this stuff, take it in. And then keep what feels good. And like you might have to try it out. Like take it for a test drive. Like, ooh, does this work? No. Okay. Come back and do it again. A lot of these books I've read, like I've read so many so many self-care books and personal development books. And it's all been through somebody else's journey and it's what's helped them, which is great because it's always great to learn from somebody else's journey. And then it's about tweaking it and fine-tuning it to work for your life, your lifestyle, and your values and what makes you happy. So if you're trying to fit yourself into something that doesn't feel right, take a step back. Now, I'm not saying stop what you're doing and, but just hit the pause button for a quick second and ask yourself, like, is this what I really want? Like, why am I doing this in the first place? This is always an important thing, is figuring out why you're doing something in the first place. And I think back to the Robin Sharma thing, the 5 a.m. club. And it's like, well, I just really wanted to have a really good morning, solid routine to start the day. And the thing is, if I did that, I woke up in the morning at 5 a.m. when my kids would get up, I'm going to be a nasty mama. In all honesty, I'm going to be a growly mama. Even if I journal and I meditate and I do my yoga, because I didn't get the sleep I needed the night before. And then my weight gain will add, and then I'll be more growly. So it's fine-tuning what works for you. Don't beat yourself up if something doesn't work. It's just, when something doesn't work, I'm reminded, we bought this huge playground for our kids, and it's frustrating. It has been to be put together. We put it together, some together, and then you do the next step, and something doesn't fit. Well, you have to back it up, fine-tune something, and then continue. That's same with life. Life is going to go. You're going to try something. Maybe it doesn't work. And then you go and maybe you don't go completely the other direction, or maybe you do. But you can just make a little, just change it up just a little, tweak it a little, and then try again. And, I'm just constantly, life is about learning and growing. And a part of it comes down to creating a deeper, loving relationship with yourself, right? It's like sitting down with yourself. Like, what do I really want? How do I want to feel? How do I want to show up in the world? How do I want to show up for myself, my kids, my family, whatever that is? And then, again, if you're fitting yourself into something, it's like, why do I want to fit into this mold? So on your self-love journey, it's about picking up, little tips and little tricks and awesomenesses, and get motivated and inspired. Use what you want. Leave the rest for somebody else, and just continue on your path. And, every step you take, you will learn something new about you. Either it might not be that you're a morning person, or maybe you are. Just different things. And it's okay to not fit in. And boy, did that take me a long, long, long time to realize. Coming from a recovering people pleaser who turned into anybody and anybody that I needed to be to fit in. It can be challenging when you don't fit in to a certain formula, a certain mold. But the more you rock and you do things your way, the more you rock out in your own style and dance to your own beat and to your own music, the more you will love life, yourself, and the energy you have around you will attract the right people into your life for you, the right moments, the right amazingnesses within your life. I think from our move, and we are just surrounded by amazing, amazing people, because I have so planted myself and rooted myself in who I truly am. And taking that big step is like, yeah, universe, yes, I love water. Yes, I love the mountains, and I don't really want much winter. And I embraced that and really stepped into who I really am. And that feels so good. So I am excited for you to step into your own unique shoes, your own unique you. Live life on your terms, in your way. Obviously, what goes without saying, without harming anybody, obviously, but show up as you and embrace who you are, because you are truly, truly amazing as you are. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye for now.